Hey, how's it going, everybody? At home with Greg again. Today we're going to be making. I got a request in from Michelle. She wanted to know, maybe a crazy mashed potato recipe. So I'm going to attempt to make a kind of a different one. First of all, whenever you're mashing potatoes or making potato salad or whatever, you always want to cut your potatoes up to something like this. See, so this is a little bit of a potato. You can kind of see, you know. Always cut them up before you boil. It'll take a quarter of the time if you do that. It makes a big difference. I'm going to readjust here. There we go. It makes a huge difference if you do that. And today what I was going to do, always leave the skins on as well. Now, if your family has a real aversion, of course, you can peel them. But God, it just takes so goddamn long, you know? Who wants to deal with that? The other thing, if you want to make them creamy, you can use an egg beater, like one of these little guys, right? Or a machine, right, with these, you know? But I tend to I like them kind of smashed. So I just use one of these doggies, but there's a million other things you can use. The little wire guys are really good for mushing it. I think I've got one of those. And needless to say, I have one of these guys. So you could use one of these guys as well. These guys work really good too. First thing, never use water, always use milk. It's so much better. And instead of doing a lot of butter, normally I would stick, this is about 8 russet potatoes that are about this big, so they're not, super huge, but I used about 8 of these guys, and like I said, I cut them in half and then so basically in quarters. And with the boiling water, it took maybe 20 minutes to get them soft enough. But like I said, always use milk. And then usually for this kind of amount, I would use, let's say, a stick of butter. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use half a stick of butter, and then I'm going to use some of this. Now, that is truffle oil, as you can see. And I'm going to use this for the lubricant, I guess you could kind of say. That's probably, I don't know, 1/8 of a cup, maybe 1/4 of a cup. And then we're just going to mash and see where it comes out. I'm also going to add garlic to these as well. But I want to get them a little bit mashed before I do that. Then we'll mix in a little bit better and they won't all go to the bottom is what ends up happening. So, and of course I got truffle oil all over my hand. And these little wire guys work really good. You should be able to blow through these in no time. I mean, literally, it's probably going to take me, a minute to mash all these. And if they're not lubey enough, you can always, if they're not smooth enough, you can always add more milk. But I think the truffle oil, I think that's probably about good. I don't want to go too much on it because, of course, the thing about making really fancy things is that your kids may hate them. Like, oh, what's that funny taste? So kind of be a little bit sparing on it and kind of. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I can actually use a little bit more. So I'm just going to give it a little whoop. There we go. Maybe that might have been 2 tablespoons more. A little bit of garlic. This is a teaspoon. So what? That's like a heaping teaspoon. I like to pepper mine and everything but you might not do that for your family. And I tend to salt just a bit. This may be a 1/4 of a teaspoon. And you could do garlic salt, as well. If you wanted to do something a little crazier, you could definitely do garlic salt. But with the fresh garlic in there, I think that's probably enough garlic. So you and your family don't, repel not only vampires, but the rest of your family as well. So I'm just gonna. So you kind of push and twist with these things. Push and twist, push and twist. And wow, this smells so good, you guys. The other thing you can do too is if you've got bacon, you can use bacon. Or what I really like to do, and I don't have any, but you can use smoked Gouda cheese in there. You gotta make sure if you put that in there, you do it while it's super hot, because otherwise it won't melt and you just have like a bunch of cheese bits in there, which is actually okay, because the smoked Gouda kind of has like a little bit of a bacony flavor to it. So I would highly recommend using that. I'm also going to throw some cheese in there. Which I've forgotten to get out. So I'm going to use a sharp cheddar, but again, you could use, whatever cheese you have on hand. If you wanted to make it spicy, you could definitely do a pepper jack cheese, but be careful because some of the pepper jack cheeses are actually pretty hot. And, when you're putting it in, you just got to be a little bit careful to make sure you're constantly tasting it so that it doesn't get too hot for the kids, because in general, kids really like mashed potatoes. And so I think you have to kind of keep it in the realm of, kind of normalcy a little bit for the kids, unless they're really adventurous. But I can tell you right now with the truffle oil, this smells freaking awesome. And the cheese obviously will melt. And you can make these obviously I'm making these in the afternoon. We're not eating until this evening. But you just nuke them. It's so fast and so easy. So, and there we go. And I'll bring you guys over, and hopefully this doesn't fall into the mashed potatoes, but I can guarantee you, if it does, it will go on YouTube. So here's the mashed potatoes. And they look really good, and they taste even better. They're really, really great. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Michelle, I hope this was helpful to you. If anybody else would like to send me a message, or you can leave a comment, either here on Facebook or you can do it on YouTube. Please let me know if you want me to cook something that you don't have an idea of how to cook. Please let me know, and I will be happy to, if I don't know how to do it, I will research it and do it here for you. Or I'll just give you my take on what I think would be the way to go on it. Have a great day. Be good humans. Take care, people. Bye.